Hello there. Alrighty, I'm going to do another book page idea for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an envelope of sorts. So what you want to do is you just pull a book page off out of the book, and then you're going to turn it upside down. Okay, then we're going to fold it in half so that it's kind of meeting in the, try to do it evenly. And then fold these 2 points in, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue those down. Whoops, I need my other one. All right. There. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue these down. There. All right. There. Then we're going to fold this down and crease it real good. And then you're going to take the bottom part and you're just going to fold it up to this. So it doesn't matter how long it is. You want to make sure that you use that crease. And this one actually lines up perfect. Some of the other books, then they would be like down this far. So you just want to try to get it all the way up here if you can. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to glue this edge and this edge and fold that up. And now we've got a pocket here. Okay, so let me get some more in this corner, make sure that's all down real good. It's always good to make sure you get lots of glue along that edge. All right, then what we're going to do now is we're going to cover this part here and this part here. So let's look at our scraps and see what we've got. We've got, let's see. Oh, you know what? I've got a lot of green. Let's play with some green. And there's a nice big piece of green. That'll work. Let's do that. That'll be pretty, as a matter of fact. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and put glue right on this. And then line this up right on it. There. Turn that over and give it a nice little back rub. And then we're going to cut this off. And the reason why I turned the book page upside down is, you don't really have to, but just in case I wanted to leave the print on there, because I do like the print, and that makes it so that you can actually read it if you want to. So, alrighty, so now we've got our pocket. So now we need a circle punch, and it can be any size. And you're just going to punch out. You want to find the center of this. Whoops, not that one. Not that one. All right, this will work. And the center should be right where your fold is. So just draw a little dot there. And then we're going to use our punch, and we're going to line it up like this. See where the dot is? And then we're just going to cut a little indentation out. So that way it's easier to put things in and out. All right, we can throw that part away. Put this back away. All righty. So now I want to cover this up because I don't want this to get loosened up and come out. So, and I'm thinking you could actually make it so that it's big enough to go down inside or just here. And I think I want an alternating color. I think I want it to go down to about right here now that I'm thinking about it. Because that way, I don't know, we'll see. That way you don't see the letters through. But I might like it like that. Let's see what we've got here. I've got another piece. This is thick. Oh, this is wallpaper. That's why. That's right. When I was cleaning through in my spare room, I found some wallpaper, and this was it. Yes, it was. All right, I want the plain piece, though. All right. Actually, that's not bad. I don't mind that at all. All right, so I'm just going to go for it then. Let's cover this up. And all out of a book page. You can do this with maps, leftover. You could do junk mail with this. You could do use pretty much any type of paper for this. But this is a great way to use up those books that are falling apart. Because I don't know about you, but I've got a little collection of books that I have had for years, and the covers have broken off and the pages are falling out. So, and I've read them already. So, I don't mind at all cutting them up and tearing them apart. All right. There. That's nice. So now we've got this pocket right there. And that's really cool looking. Imagine that on a card front. So now I'm going to have to pull up because I lined that up real close and I should have left a little bit of space between, but I didn't, but that's okay. I'm going to just have to do this. I'm going to have to score it up a little bit higher by using a ruler. And you can just kind of use your fingers and press it up against and then fold it over and then pull that out. And then give that a good press down and then use your bone folder. And that'll give you a nice crease. That looks neat. I like that with the words on it. So I do like being able to see it on the inside. That looks cool. The only thing I don't like is now that it's overhanging a little bit. So I want to trim that off a little bit more. That's kind of cool. Or do I want to leave it? Nope, I do want to trim it. I don't want to see that. So let's go ahead and trim that. Trim it right up against the edge where it's hanging over. You can barely see it, but there's just like that much that's hanging over. Alrighty, there. Perfect. Nice. All right, so now we've got a neat little envelope made out of a book page, and we can put that on a card or in a journal. So, and you can do it so that it stays open like that. If you're doing a journal, you can make it so it stays open. Or you can make a few of these and attach them together with the flaps, and then you'd have a whole row of pockets. That's kind of cool too. So, or you can do it this way. And I think, let's see, let me get a card, because I'm definitely going to put mine on a card. So it's going to go on like that. So now I want to cover this to make sure it's going to match, and I'm thinking I could use this piece. Why not? That'll match. Why the heck not? Let's do that. Let's see how long that is. From here over to there. Alrighty. There, that'll work. Okay, then turn that over. Give it a little back rub. Then we can trim this off. Got a couple more ideas too, so there'll be a couple more videos. All right, that's nice. I like that. Then we can put this on there, and that matches nicely. All right, I like that. So now, what else? So we need to pull out greens and see how we can decorate this and what we can put inside there. That'll be fun. So, in one of my videos I did say I've got a bunch of green stuff in my green envelope, so I've got to start using some more of that. So this is perfect. Let's get some stuff out. Oops, I see a froggy. That frog is so adorable. Let's see what's in here. Alrighty. Oh, all these items came from the same person. That's why I've got them all in there. And it came from Christine Ward. All right, these are so cute. So we've got a nice long tag. That's cute. That could actually go in there. Or not. I love the frog. The frog is hysterical. That frog is so funny. Oh, I love him. And look at the caterpillar. Isn't that cute? That's funny. And an owl and a little doggy and a flower. I think the caterpillar even looks cuter. And that flower. I definitely like the flower there. Let's put the flower on there. And that is sticky, but I want to put more sticky on it because I like to make sure they're going to stay. Because you never know. All right, and then this caterpillar. That is just too cute. And I like the way he was peeking out from underneath there. All right, there. And you did a great job fussy cutting this little guy out. This is too cute. He's adorable. All right, I like that. All righty, now what? Let's see. Those flowers are really pretty. Nope, I think that would be too much to put that on there. There, all right. Yep, your name is still on there, so I'll remember that. Perfect. Okay, let's see what else we've got in here. We've got a lot of stuff. I want to see if I can find some stuff to possibly put in here. That'll be cute. All right, and as a matter of fact, let's get this glued down. That's fun. All right, let's turn that over and give it a little back massage. All right, that's fun. So you can slide a little fun something in there, maybe a little message or something. That's a little card. That's a cute idea. Oh, I love this. That's from Janelle Spellbrink. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, a little dragonfly. That would match. I gotta put the dragonfly on there. That is so perfect. I like that. Oh my goodness. Yes. See, that's perfect. I like that. Oops, that goes that way. That is so pretty. Just a little border, some fish. Another little envelope that somebody made with stuff in it. I remember this. There's little wee pigs in there. They're so adorable. Those are so cute. I hope I put somebody's name on this. Who said this? Martha Peak. They're just so adorable. And these are just fun. And a bunny. Or a dog. I guess it's a doggy. Doggy with a tea set on there. That's just so adorable. All right. Alrighty, I guess not liking those for in here, but that's okay. We have a card. The Lord is my shepherd. That might work. I do like, that's pretty, and it says Little Women. That would be pretty. And I'm thinking maybe this card that I made before. That would be fun too. Or I could just put just that down. Or I could just make a card to just slide it in there with a message on it. I might like that idea better. Let's see. I'm not sure just yet. That would match. I could put a message on the back of that, and that would fit in there. And that's already made up. You know what? I like that idea. I could put a little, I'm going to do that, because then I can add a tab on that. That's a good idea. All right. These are so pretty. I love that. And as a matter of fact, I've got this. So I could fold this over and make this into a tab for this. And then you could pull it out easier. Yep. All right, let's do that. That's pretty cool. And it's got these dots on there. So I've got to figure out a way to disguise those. I could leave it, but I want to disguise it. That's so pretty. All right. Got so many things in here. All right. So let's do that. And then at least I've used some stuff out of here, which is nice. Do I like that better? A positive mindset brings positive things. That's from Bev Maher. That's really pretty. I like that. Have to do it that way. Nope, I think I like this one better. All right, I'm going to do that one. All righty, so let's put this in here. And I do have this in that little pocket. So I'm wondering, do I want to add that on or no? Yes or no? Actually, I could add it right there, right in the middle. But would that stop it? I'd have to cut it straight across. But that looks kind of cute. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to cut this straight across. Where are my little orange scissors? There. And then let's put some glue on here. That is a good idea. That's nice. I like that. Alrighty, that's nice. Now, do I like this or do I want to put something else on? I kind of do. I think I'm just going to go for it. But first I want to run it through my polka dot folder. Of course, me and my polka dots. Alrighty, so let me move this pile of stuff off of my thingy here. Move that over there. We can slide this through. And is that the right one? Yep, and yes. That should do it. Oh, that's much better. Okay, good. Perfect. Then we can fold that over and glue that right on. Let's go for it. Ta-da! And I want that up a little high. Can always slide it down lower if need be, but I want to test it first. Make sure it goes down inside. All right, so I can push it down farther. So it's about right there. That should do. That should do. Okay, so I can actually pull it up a little bit. Press that down. That's perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this over. Rub that on gently without pushing those dots down. Alrighty, I like that. That's nice. Nice. Alrighty dighty. And that did make it thicker up there, but that's okay. I like that. That's nice. Now I need, because I put that thickness in there, actually I could fold this up higher and then bring it down. Let's do that. All right. Bring that crease up a wee bit higher. There, like that. Then this can be pulled down without tearing it. Oh, I did it. Yeah. All right, that's much better. Okay, so then that needs to be glued back down. So I need to get glue underneath here. deconstructing. Alrighty. That's got glue squishing out. One thing I like about this glue is you can rub it till it comes off. There. All right, that's much better. That should have a higher fold on it now. Now that should fit in better. There, and then that should go down much better. All right, and then we can put this back on. Perfect. And I think I'm going to pull it down a little bit lower anyways. That's good. All right, there. That's cute. I like that card. And then they can reach in and pull this out, and they'll find that little surprise. And then I want to put a little message on the back of that. So let's look through these messages. I've got a thinking of you, or do I want an actual big message? Hold on to hope. That's pretty. Let's see, is this black or blue? Blue, I need black. Alrighty, I've got black right here. That looks better. Not too shabby. All right, then this can be glued on the back of this. Voila. That'll work. Sue Holland sent these to me. Thank you, Sue. I'm really enjoying all these little words that you sent me. As you can tell, because I've been using them in my videos lately. All right, that's nice. Alrighty, so I've added to that. This can go in there now. And I've got that little tuck that they can pull that right out. That's perfect. Very nice. I like that. And then we just have the inside. So what do I have that can go on the inside? I can do a strip of these that says, "Mwah, amazing things will happen." That sure does match. You know what? I'm just going to go for it, because that matches nicely. Why not? Ta-da! Alrighty. That makes a cute card. I like that. Not too shabby. Now, I'm wondering if I want to put some Velcro right here, or do I want to just leave it? Or do I want to make a little tuck? I could make a little tuck. I've got all sorts of things. That wouldn't be strong enough. That there, I can't do it with a tuck now, unless I put something here and tuck it under there. I'd have to do it that way. All right, let me look and see in my drawer here. Do I have any Velcro left in here? I don't know. Ooh, that doesn't belong there. Move over there. I have all kinds of neat things in here. Nope, I do not. Alrighty then. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. because if I do too much to it, they're not going to be able to open it, and it's going to go to the senior center anyways. So once it goes in an actual envelope, it'll flatten out, and then they'll be able to get it out a lot easier if I don't adhere it. So I think I'm just going to leave it. But that's really cute. I think they will enjoy that. And they can pull that out, and they can look at that. They can close that up. They can open this up and have this. And that is cute. And then I can do a little thingy there. And I'm thinking I could do one of my little monsters in here. Mwah! Mwah! Oh, but then that makes it even thicker. All right, I'm not going to do that. All righty, I think I'm going to just call it done. I do like the way that's set up. I don't think it needs anything else. If anything, maybe a little bit of bling right here. Let's try that. Let's pull out some bling. Green, green, green bling right there. Alrighty. Ooh, there you go. That's pretty. Then I can do 1 and 2. That's better. Okay, I like that. That's pretty. I was going to put gems there, but then that'll make this stick up even more, and I don't want to make that harder. All right, so I think I'm done. So let me hold this up closer so you can see it. Another fun, simple idea to use a book page and create an envelope. Isn't that fun? And you could put it in your journals or in your scrapbooks or on the front of a card. So what do you think of that? Isn't that a fun idea? So I hope you like this idea and you'll give it a try. Pull out those book pages and have some fun with them. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.